Do subscribe to Ekeeda channel and press bell icon to get updates about latest engineering, HSC and IIT JEE main and advanced videos.
Students, in this video, we'll discuss question number 42, NEET Physics paper 2015. Students, let us solve question number 42. When two displacements represented by y1 is a sin omega t and y2 is b cos omega t are superimposed, the motion is. Basically, the equation which is given, y1 equals to a sin omega t and y2 is given as b cos of omega t. This equation is basically equation of simple harmonic motion. Equation of simple harmonic motion. We know that the fundamental equation of simple harmonic motion is given by y equals to a sin omega t plus alpha. This is the fundamental equation of SHM. Now, in this case, if I have two SHMs, this part is alpha, but it is not anything there, so I can write 0 over there. And here, it should be sine if I want to compare, but it's not sine here, it is cos. So I have to convert that in sine, then I write this as b sine of. How to write cos in terms of sine is that sine 90 minus theta or plus theta. This is sine 90 omega t plus pi by 2, or sine 90 minus theta or sine 90 plus theta. I have to have a choice because sine of 90 plus theta is cos theta and sine of 90 minus theta is also cos theta. So I have two choices, out of which I cannot take any one of the two. I give you the options so that you know that cos theta can be this or this, but only one has to be substituted here. You cannot take this one. You have to take this one. Why? Because if I write this equation like this, that means this equation is sine of omega t plus of pi by 2. Then these two fundamental equations given can be represented in terms of sine with this. This is our alpha 1, this is our alpha 2. Suppose this is my alpha 1 and this is my alpha 2. Alpha represents the epoch of SHM. So this has to be mentioned. If nothing is there, that means start from origin. This is there, it is starting from the extreme point. That is positive extremity. So this has to be defined. Then only you add these two. If I add these two, you will know that from the composition of two SHM, suppose that I have SHM like that, y1 is suppose a sine whatever is given here omega t plus alpha 1, and y2 it can have, you can have also different amplitudes. Here it is b, you can see here it is a and here it is b. Suppose b sine of omega t plus alpha 2, then I know that the combination of these two will finally give you the result. This is the derivation. The result is given to us. The result is that we know that the value of y in terms of the amplitude, resultant amplitude y r, that implies what I am to say is the amplitude of the resultant SHM because the result is also an SHM, and the amplitude of the result at SHM, suppose R, is given by a square of this plus square of this plus 2ab cos of the phase difference between the two. So this one is suppose phi 1 and this one is suppose phi 2. So what is the phase difference? That would write here, that is magnitude of phase difference phi 1 minus phi 2 mod and root. Now if I take this phi 1 and this phi 2, it is clear that I write phi 1 minus phi 2. If I write, then it is omega t plus alpha 1 minus omega t minus alpha 2. This minus this, both the terms will be negative here, and the mod I have to take, this omega 2 will cancel, and this will be alpha 1 minus alpha 2 mod, whichever is this one. So basically the point is the difference between this alpha 1 and alpha 2 is important. In this case, if I do that, then omega t will cancel out. If I consider this value here, that is pi by 2 minus omega t, then that omega t will not cancel. So therefore, to keep this omega t cancel, you have to write the expression in terms of omega t as positive. This has to be positive. So therefore, if I write this way, then omega t will be negative. In this way, omega t will be positive, and we want this omega t to be in positive. Okay, so therefore this is the thing, and R, the resultant amplitude formula, we have got it, and that is a square plus b square plus 2ab cos of phase difference between the two, that is alpha 1 minus alpha 2 the mod and the root. If I substitute that, a square plus b square plus 2ab cos of alpha 1 minus alpha 2. Now you can see here, this is my alpha 1 and this is my alpha 2. The difference is pi by 2. I have to take the mod. I will take 0 minus pi by 2, or pi by 2 minus 0, it is pi by 2. So this is cos of pi by 2. Cos 90 is 0, so this factor is 0. So this becomes a square plus b square under root. So that means the amplitude of the resultant SHM is a square plus b square root. This is the amplitude. Now the question is to find when two displacements are superposed, the motion is, obviously the motion is SHM. When you add two SHM, it will be again SHM. But with amplitude, that amplitude part to find, the amplitude of SHM is a under root a square plus b square. So this is the correct answer, because it should be under root a square plus b square. Okay, so that's all in this video. You can also refer to your textbook for that. And when you add any two SHM, just remember that it will be always an SHM. Okay, thank you.